had to kill him, unfortunately. He refused to surrender.
Don't feel bad about it, lad. He'd have swung anyway. At least you gave him a quick end.
What about Gules?
He caught a few good hits, but he's alive. We'll take him with us. I need to have a strong word with him. You did a good job, youngster. You've got heart. And so you don't say I had you clambering over these rocks for nothing. Here's something for you.
Thank you, sir.
Don't thank me, you deserved it. And now, let's get that accursed cart back to Samin. Want to ride? We'll go via Troskovitz. We can drop you off there, and you won't have far to Tarkov. You ought to report back to Radovan as soon as possible about what happened with these hands.
A ride would be great. My legs are sore.
Wait until you're my age. Well, let's get going.
I didn't do nothing wrong, I swear. It's all Vence's fault. It was him who said we'll sell the car to Gules.
Shut up, Francie. You both told me you'll bring me the cart, and then you try to fuck me over.
So, you wanted to steal the cart for yourself, and you still got caught?
I didn't want to steal anything. That was Vence.
Bollocks! You confessed when we caught you.
Only because you forced me to.
You're prize idiots in any case. If you hadn't gone around the rocks, you could have got away. But I've got a big heart, so I sent the lads to give you a hand. And I didn't trust you in the slightest. For good reason. Although...
Where are you taking us?
To Samin, where his lordship will hear you out and decide what to do with you.
I hope you realize you can't execute me just like that.
That depends. By right, I should send a plea to the royal court to ask if we can behead you. But in these shitty times, nobody will give a toss, because parchment's expensive. So as far as I'm concerned, I'd happily take the risk and cut your head off without permission.
I can see how much you respect the rule of law here.
Hey, you're quite the joker. Invoking the law, are you?
And what will happen to me?
What do you think? If they'll execute a nobleman, they won't think twice about a hired hand.
You never know, Henry. Lord Samin is merciful. Maybe this whimpering will soften his heart.
I ain't whimpering. I'm just trying to tell you how it was. I swear on my soul.
Is that supposed to soften my heart? Every good for nothing I dragged to the gallows swore on his ma. Nobody with any decency would risk his mother's immortal soul, even if he was pure as the driven snow. But this arsehole don't think twice about stabbing. You ought to be ashamed.
The captain's right. Only the lowest of the low swears on his mother.
Ain't it grand you're here to make that clear for us? Now shut it, the two of you. I don't want you poisoning the air with the shit you spout. Right, we're in Troskovitz. This is where you get off, Henry.
Thanks a lot, Captain.
Don't forget to go and tell Radovan what happened, so we can stop worrying.
Will do.
keeping my eye.
So, job done. The cart was found and driven to Lord Semin's courtyard.
Whew. That's a relief. And what happened to that pair of idiots?
It turned out they tried to rob you.
Oh. They did they?
Aye. They plotted with some robber baron called Gules and brought the cart to him.
The bastards. I should have realized they were a bit too keen on work. And how did you get the cart back?
Well, I went to Semin, and they were wondering there too where the wagon got to. So we rode out to look for it. Me, Lord Semin, and his captain, Gnarly.
Well, God's nails. And the three of you tracked them down? The whole band?
That's right. They were hiding in Apollonia, along with the carts and the goods.
Indeed. Where else? The bastards. And what about my hands?
Venser didn't survive the skirmish in Gules' camp. And Franzi... they took him to Semin. He might have been innocent in the whole thing.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. They were only here a while, but that pair was as thick as, well, thieves. And that Franzi could talk his way out from under the executioner's axe.
We'll see. Either way, it's Lord Semin's concern now.
Anyway, the main thing is the cart turned up. I'd be in a right mess if it didn't.
No doubt.
And you've earned a reward for your trouble. I've got just the thing for you. Some mercenary once had his cuirass repaired here, but never came back for it. Who knows what happened to him? So now it's yours. It's been through a bit, but it'll still serve for a while.
Thanks. It'll come in handy. And have you got another job for me?
Young Lord Semin's wedding is coming up, and it's got my head spinning. Look, you must have seen Agnes, the bailiff's daughter, when you were in Truskovitz. What do you think of her?
Well, young Semin is marrying her, isn't he? Why would I have my eye on her?
Don't pretend. A statue of a saint would have his eye on her. Looks ain't everything, though. She's got such a sharp tongue on her. I almost feel sorry for young Semin. And how about you, lad? Have you got some lass waiting in Sasau?
Yeah. And I hope she'll wait. Her name's Teresa. Her uncle owns a mill on the river in Ratai.
A girl from the mill? You want to watch out for them types. You might get caught up in devilry, lad. A wedding's a serious business. You're not just getting a bride, but a whole family. So you have to show them you're a man who's worth it. All the more so when you're noble-born. Old Semin wants a special sword forged for his son's wedding present.
Excellent. So what are we waiting for? Should we get to work?
Hold your horses. It can't be any old steel. This has to be a first-class job.
A blade of first-class steel.
That's right. And that's just the problem.
Ah, I see. We don't have any welded steel for that kind of sword, do we?
God's nails. You really know your stuff, youngster. And you're right. We don't have the steel for a strong sword that won't break.
I'd like to know where you're going to get your hands on some welded steel.
Relax, lad. I've got it all figured out, as it happens. There's this old hermit called Ambrose, living in Apollonia.
And he can pray for us?
God's nails, let me finish talking. The word is, he was fighting heathens years ago in faraway Andalusia. And folks say they saw this interesting broken sword in his hut. From the description, it seems our peculiar hermit has a real Toledo blade.
Welded Spanish steel? There's nothing better for a sword.
See now? You do understand. But there's a catch.
Naturally.
They say that Ambrose the Hermit has changed a lot recently. People from far and wide used to go to him for remedies and blessings. But now he won't see no one. I even heard he made a pact with the devil. And there have been other strange goings-on.
What strange goings-on?
I heard something in the tavern about some apparition. But that's all I know.
Right. I'll try to find out more about the Hermit's sword. But in return, you'll get me invited to Samin's wedding.
If it means so much to you, why not? Go and see Betty from the Troskovitz Tavern. She knows all the gossip. She'll definitely tell you more about the Hermit. But Henry, if there's any truth in that pact with the devil, don't get caught up in it. The best sword in the world isn't worth eternal damnation. What do you want here, you scoundrel? Why'd you barge in here?
Show me your wares.
Great! Come back anytime, friend. Doesn't it bother you? Walking around here like some kind of animal?
Keep the peace, and we won't have any problem.
Amíg nyugodtak, lessünk. Könnyű ezt mondani. Még egy köpés, és nem bírom.
We should be living in fear.
Greetings. Do you need something?
I need some advice.
You want some advice? Here's some. If you ever fight here again, I'll drag you out by the ear myself. Got that?
Wait, hang on. That wasn't my fault.
Does it matter? I hope the pillory taught you a lesson. Down to business. I don't have all day for you. So what do you want?
I promised Radovan the blacksmith I'd go and see Ambrose the hermit in Apollonia.
My God, lad. Stay away from them rocks. Ambrose the hermit sold his soul to the devil and won't talk to nobody no more.
Yeah, I heard that as well. But it seems a bit far-fetched.
So why would an evil spirit suddenly start appearing near Apollonia? It's the devil's work, believe you me.
And has anyone sent to the castle for the priest?
Not at all. Bailiff Thrush is keeping it quiet so far. 4 strangers came here yesterday. They sat in the corner there, but once they heard about the apparition, they started to take a big interest.
What strangers?
They looked like monks, only they had daggers concealed under their robes. I saw them clearly. I'm telling you, there's something fishy going on around Ambrose.
But I have to speak to him.
Didn't you hear what I said? He doesn't speak to nobody. He hides away in his hut and sends everyone away. I'd think long and hard before doing anything if I was you. Because this reeks of hell.
Here it comes.
Tűnés, most azonnal!
Leave me be. Leave me be.
Who are you? Why are you hiding here in this cave?
Sukervica tu ke propiskite Marel. Who are you, and what concern is it of yours? Did they send you?
Easy, easy. I won't hurt you. I was just passing by and I noticed this cave, that's all.
So my dad not send you? Oh, I'm glad. I afraid he sent somebody to tell me just kere. But that never happened. Not as long as Bohush is in this way.
That lad on the ground? He doesn't look too good.
Mire, Prala, my brothers nearly killed my poor Bohush. Do you understand? Because of father.
What did he do to him?
Bohush nothing, but he's a malos in village. That find out we're together and want Bohush to marry me. He sent messenger to Semin about it. But he came across villagers who laugh at him, chase him away with sticks and curses. Such large. Then Oded sent Mira Prala, Tibor and Geza to restore our family Yakepachiv. Family honor. To disgrace it is for us worse than death. And that was it. Bohush gets stabbed. I find him and hide him far away from those Jukle from village and from camp. Too late for explanations now. Ora chordo. Would you please help me? Would you go to camp and get some medicine from Miridai? She's a soothsayer. She can give advice.
All right. I'll help you.
Thank you. But please hurry. Bohush not stop moaning in pain even in his sleep now.
All right. I'll go to the camp and ask your ma for advice.
I also need magic amulet from my dad. I think it can protect us.
You think some amulet can help him?
He is voivod. He has amulet that can cure all ills. Nothing bad can happen to anyone who wear it.
Do you think he'll agree to that? Why don't you just tell him how things are?
He's stubborn. He will think someone put spell on me. He will not believe I left of my own will. You must find some way, but nothing must happen to Dad or anyone else. There has been already enough bloodshed. He must want to give it, or its Pokariban will be lost. Best if he bring it to me himself.
I'll give it a try. We'll see. Bloody hell. This hasn't been here for long. It looks like some kind of notes. Like a diary. Let's have a look at it then. There are strange rumors going around about you, Hermit. Or should I say, Conrad?
I don't know what you're talking about. Leave me alone.
I can read, unfortunately for you. Found your diary. It tells a very interesting story.
Who sent you? The Inquisition? Grandmaster Zdeněk?
Would you rather discuss it with them?
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you on the spot.
Four peculiar monks turned up in the Troskovitz tavern. They were armed. Now, I don't know if they were from the Inquisition or someone else sent them. But I reckon it's you they're after.
Damned traitors! To hell with it all! If you told them anything, I swear!
Relax. If I wanted to turn you in, I'd have done it long ago.
God forgive my words. But may lightning strike that damned Zdeněk. Thank you for holding your tongue. What do you want from me?
I just need to ask you something. Was Ambrose your friend?
Friend, mentor, father. Unfortunately, I found him at death's door. He was hardly conscious. He had one last wish. To pass on a message of forgiveness to an old widow in the village. It was very important to him. I can't fulfill his wish, unfortunately.
Fulfilling his last wish will be the least I can do for him in return.
You're an honorable man. Listen then. In Troskovitz, you'll find a widow called Margaret. Take this cross to her and say to her exactly these words. Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
That's right.
I hope she'll know what this is about.
Don't worry, she will. Farewell, and God be with you, friend. Benedictio Domini sit tecum.
Halt! Search! Show me what you've got on you.
Go ahead and search me. I've got nothing to hide.
Everything in order. Carry on. Look out.
Good day. What would you like?
This might seem strange, but I'm supposed to give you this.
A cross? Mother of God. What is the meaning of this?
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what he deserves.
Ambrose? The hermit?
It was his wish that I give you the cross and the message. He said you'd know what it's about.
Oh my God! By all that's holy, it couldn't possibly be him. All those years, I'd lost hope. I never forgave myself. I committed a mortal sin.
Well, I don't know what you did. But this is supposed to be your absolution.
No, there's no absolution. Not yet. You said it yourself. Not until Ambrose's brother gets what he deserves. The bones. They still lie there outside the wall. Help me. His soul must find peace.
All right. I'll help you. But you'll have to tell me more.
Thank you, lad, thank you. But not here. We must go to the graveyard. That's where my curse lies.
Let's go then. There's no time to waste.
Here it is.
What does the graveyard have to do with absolution?
Hold on. Not so fast. I'll tell you everything. First, tell me, are you afraid of the dead?
The dead should rest in peace, even if they aren't in consecrated ground.
You're right, lad. But sometimes there's no choice but to disturb them. You see, one poor soul is waiting for redemption. For years and years.
Ah, I get it now. Ambrose's brother has to get what he deserves. This is about the soul of Ambrose's brother.
His name was Jan. He lies outside the graveyard wall, buried without rites. He's been there for 30 years.
What happened to him?
The memories are painful. We were childhood friends, and Jan loved me. Only, I chose his friend Vashek over him. He couldn't get over the rejection, so he lay in wait for Vashek one evening.
And Vashek killed him?
It was an accident. They quarrelled. Jan drew his sword first, and Vashek had to defend himself. Apparently, they got close to the cliff edge while they were fighting, and Jan fell. When they found his body at the bottom of the cliff, people thought he'd killed himself. The only one who didn't believe it was Jan's brother.
Ah, the conciliatory cross where they saw the apparition. That's to commemorate Jan.
His brother Ambrose had it built there. And those diabolical apparitions. It's my fault for saying nothing. God is punishing me for my sins.
Nonsense. God wouldn't use a diabolical apparition to scare you, would he? And what's more, Ambrose forgave you, didn't he?
Only on the condition that Jan's bones will be laid to rest in consecrated ground. Help me lay him to rest in a proper grave, please.
But without telling the priest and gravedigger. Isn't that sacrilege?
That's the only way we can put right a terrible mistake. Jan didn't kill himself.
All right. We'll give him a proper burial. Jan's soul has the right to eternal rest.
Thank you. The Lord will pay you back 100-fold. There's a rose bush outside the graveyard wall. You'll find his bones beneath it. Please bury him beside my Vashek. Here, beneath the pine tree. In that way they'll be reconciled at least in death. Then place Ambrose's cross on his grave to bless their reconciliation. Holy God, Holy Mighty One. Holy Immortal One, have mercy on us. O Angel of Christ, Holy Guardian and Protector of my soul and body, forgive me every transgression which I have committed this day, and deliver me from every craft of my enemy and adversary. May I not anger my God by any sin. The Lord Almighty grant us a peaceful night and a perfect end. Amen.
Your journey ends here, Jan. I don't know what you have on your conscience. But rest in peace. I don't know much about prayer in these situations, but... Our Father, there are many sinners in this world, but in the end we all face your judgment for what we should have done, but lacked the courage to do. So forgive me this little sacrilege. You know better than anyone that it was the right thing to do. Thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven, and deliver us from evil. Amen.
How did it go? I went to see him, but he threw me out.
God be with
you.
Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Ambrose's brother Jan got what he deserved. Just as the hermit wanted.
I saw that. May his soul find peace at last.
And yours too, Margaret.
30 years. I thought about it every day.
It's all right now. You did the right thing. Everything else is beyond the law of man.
I'd like to reward you somehow.
I expect you wouldn't want anyone to hear about all this, right?
Well, if you... Will you keep it to yourself?
I don't want anything. And I won't tell anyone.
Thank you. My nephew is a tailor, and he knows a thing or two about alchemy. If you ever need anything from him, I'll put in a word for you. God be with you, Henry. Take care now.
Ahogy akarod. Seggfej! Ez gyors lesz! Maradj egy kis füvet! Nem kellett volna beleütnöd az orroda! Messze, te fasz! Akadjon a torkodon! Kivelezünk téged! Csak nem vérzel, faszfej! Egy kész, nem kész!
Ezt kap ki!
Messze, te faszfej!
A fejére megy! Nem kellett volna felbasznod minket, te pöcs!
Balról támadj! A fenébe! Nem érek rá egész nap! Na mi lesz? Te hullajelölt!
A bit longer without food and I'll really start to be grumpy.
Hey, fella! Listen, we need help!
Who are you? And who do you serve?
We are Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Good brothers in Christ. I'll explain everything, but there's no time now. We have to act fast. Our brother Glesgan is dying. The crazy fool shot him. Help us.
All right, we'll have a quiet talk. What happened?
If you're going to see the hermit, be warned. The man in the hut is just pretending to be the hermit. His name is Conrad, and he's a fraud and a murderer. The Inquisition paid him to murder our Grandmaster Zdeněk in Prague. Fortunately, God did not let him carry out the crime. But 2 of our brothers were killed by Conrad when they tried to detain him.
And I see a third one will soon join them.
He was just about to flee from here as well. We took him by surprise, but he had time to grab that damned crossbow and shoot Glesgan. By the Virgin Mary, help us. We have to catch him.
Did Conrad really want to flee?
Yes. We stopped him at the last moment. He almost got away, but we surrounded him.
You're a knight of an order?
Yes. I am Brother Arnold, a knight of the cross with the red star. And these are brothers Sibald and Nicholas. You are too late to make the acquaintance of Brother Glesgan, I'm afraid. We take care of the sick in infirmaries throughout the land. But we can't help our brother. You have to help us, while there's still time.
Why should I get mixed up in it?
I'll pay you. We just need to distract Conrad's attention, that's all. Otherwise, we won't have a chance against his crossbow in that gorge.
All right, I'll help you. That murderer mustn't get away.
God, thank you. Try to get close unseen and set fire to the haystack on the right-hand side of the yard. Then his crossbow will be useless. But do it quickly, before he gets away.
Jesus Christ. Gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tu, Jesus. Sancta Maria, Mother. Ora pro nobis, peccatoribus, have no faith. Ora mortis
Just
nostra.
look at me.
No! Salve, Mata miser. Vita, dulcedo es spes nostra. Salve, Ave Maria. Gratia plena. Dominus
Jesus
tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus,
Mother
et benedictus
help
fructus
me.
ventris tu, Jesus.
My God.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, ora mortis nostre. Salva Regina, Mater misericordiae. Vita, dulcedo es spes nostra. Salva, Ave Maria.
Virgin
Gratia
Mary,
plena.
Mother of God.
Hey! Stop right! Afraid to get your arse kicked, are you?
Don't dare it! No match for us, fucker!
I really need to eat something. Now that's what I call steel. It may be broken, but there's hardly a trace of rust.
God bless.
So I'm back, Master Blacksmith.
Excellent. How did it go with the hermit?
He's dead.
What? Did you?
No, not me. It just got a bit complicated. Anyway, it turns out old Ambrose really used to be a knight. And this really is Toledo steel. You were right, Blacksmith.
God's nails. That's quite something.
First class welded steel. Ambrose must have broken the sword himself, deliberately. It wouldn't have just happened in battle.
That's exactly what we need. See now, youngster. My clever plan worked out nicely in the end.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your, clever plan.
You haven't disappointed me yet, lad. So I'm sure forging an exceptional sword won't be a problem for you either.
Wait, I thought you wanted to do it yourself. I'm just your assistant, after all.
Not at all. I trust you. One day you'll become a master. That is, unless you lose your head first.
Oh, so hungry I could eat a horse.